metamorphosis.
Welcome to Metamorphosis, a channel dedicated to bettering Dota players through informative guides. Today's guide will be on Juggernaut. To be more specific, it will be on building him for a safe lane carry position. We will begin by going over the ability build. Then we'll move on to the item build, and finally we will talk about playstyle. Please be aware that Dota goes through many gameplay updates. Abilities, items, and hero stats may change slightly after this guide is published. The current update, as of this video being published, is 7.19. The ability build to follow is on screen. We'll start off with Blade Fury. It's essentially an early game BKB, allowing you to dodge ganks early and also output a ton of damage if you decide to contest runes or be aggressive in lane. Then we'll get to our passive Blade Dance. This is very important for the safe lane. It helps us with last hitting and our fighting in general. Be aware that it can cause you to miss some last hits as the crit chance is random. We will continue to level Blade Fury and also begin alternating between our healing ward, beginning at level 4. We'll also upgrade our ultimate Omni Slash whenever available. We won't level our Blade Dance again until level 13, and at that point it will be the last ability to be leveled. As for the talent trees, at level 10 we'll grab the +5 to all stats. If the enemy heroes are significantly faster than you, it's okay to grab the +20 movement speed, but remember that regardless of what you choose, we will have phase boots in our item build. At level 15, we'll pick up the +25 attack speed. The +1 second to Blade Fury seems very tempting, but this item build is centered on your right clicks. That attack speed means we can farm quicker and take towers faster, and we'll have a larger advantage in fights. At level 20, you'll need to make a choice based on the opposing heroes. If you're up against mostly magic damage heroes and there's no prominent right-click carry killing you, you should pick up the +100 Blade Fury DPS. However, in almost all other cases, you should be picking up the +10 armor. Juggernaut relies on being in the middle of the fight for every single one of his abilities, and the extra armor will go a long way in keeping you alive. Then finally, at level 25, we'll pick up the +5 Omni Slash strikes. This stacks very well with our late game Aghanim Scepter included in the item build. With this item build, we're going to focus on farming and pushing with strong right clicks, but also having the ability to deal massive damage with Omni Slash. In the video guide, we will cover the basic build, but the in-game guide will also contain situational items with detailed descriptions, letting you know when you should pick them up. You can check the video info below for a Steam subscription link. When we first get into the game, we pick up an Enchanted Mango, a Salve, a Stout Shield, and a Quelling Blade. During early game, you'll want to pick up your brown boots, and then immediately start going for a Ring of Aquila. Then we can finish out our phase boots. Then we'll grab the Perseverance to help us with our health and mana. The first core item will be the Battle Fury. Once you get this item, you can farm lane and jungle very quickly and even start pushing aggressively with your newly acquired Wave Clear. Then we'll build right into a Manta style. This is going to help you avoid silences and also help you push towers. It gives great additional stats to you since Juggernaut is an agility hero. You can start with just the Yasha for the cheaper stat boost. Then finally we'll pick up our Aghanim Scepter to upgrade our Omni Slash with an additional 5 slashes. Because of the type of hero Juggernaut is, there's a plethora of late game items you could be picking up, most of which are situational and not mainstays of the build.
For now, let's go over the basic ones. Boots of travel are a core part of almost every late game build. The added mobility is huge when you're in the later parts of the game, but it doesn't necessarily need to be bought before or after any certain item. You need to feel out and determine when to pick it up. A Mjolnir is always a great pickup. It helps you push waves and has a chance to trigger with Omni Slash during teamfights. Abyssal Blade is also a great item to grab if you find yourself desperately needing a stun, and the included bashes are nice too. If you are the main hero pushing on the team, a Desolator can be a wonderful late game pickup to finally take those tier 3 towers, or the tier 1 and 2 towers if it's a rough game. If you haven't figured it out yet, this guide is focused on one main thing: farming. You are the carry, one of the most important parts of your team. You are the late game. You can't depend on anyone else. It's up to you to get your core items as quickly as possible and then gather with your team and start pushing and taking fights. However, this does not mean if your team is fighting in your jungle that's not even a 2-second walk away from you that you shouldn't go and help them. What it does mean is that you should focus on getting out of early game fights alive and getting last hits. Your net worth is essential to winning the late game and the push game for your team. Be safe early and get your items, then get aggressive with your team and go for the objectives. As always, if you follow this guide, you will be a master at Juggernaut. And as always, we can't make that promise. This guide is great to get started on playing Juggernaut, but part of Dota is learning when you need to adjust your build. We can't cover every possible situation. You should know your enemy and know your teammates. Use this guide as a base, but be aware you may need to adjust some late game items depending on your playstyle and the enemy heroes. And with that, this guide is finished. We hope you enjoyed watching. Putting these guides together takes lots of time and effort, hence why there are months in between each video. We would appreciate your subscription, and if you really enjoyed the content, maybe click the notification icon. Either way, thank you for watching. Play smart and win often.
Thank you.